Jesus.
Well, that's just a little turbulence. Why are you so nervous, love?
I don't know. I didn't sleep well last night.
Oh, it's been a while since you...
It's nothing. I'll be fine. Just make sure that cargo's secure.
Everything looks fine back here. Things are shifting a little, but...
Damn it!
Alright, that was quite a belt. Let's get our minds on something else. You ever still think about Ireland?
It's 30 years since I've been there, Leonore. I don't remember anything.
Don't be daft. Tell me a story about when you were a little boy.
All right. Did I ever tell you about the time I stole a box of sweets?
No, you haven't.
I was maybe 7 or 8. I was at the corner store with me dad. He gave me enough money for 1 box. But I thought, wouldn't it be grand to get the box for him instead?
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, I'm not so sure. I think I'd done something at the time and was trying to make up for it. But as much as I wanted to give him the sweets, I still wanted some, you know. So I bought the one and pocketed the other.
Oh, no.
And just as soon as I paid the man, I turned around and saw me dad. Just staring at me.
Oh, no. Did he know what you done? Or did you get away with it?
Well, that's the thing. He... Shit!
Oh, my God! Stanley!
Put your
Stanley,
seatbelt
look!
on!
The left engine's on fire!
No. Oh, Christ, this isn't good.
Stanley, what's happening?
We're going down, love, okay? I need you to hold on, get in the brake position.
No. Shit.
Leonore!
Stanley!
The plane. Leno. Where? Leonore, where are you, love? Up there, my plane. Fuck! Jesus Christ! No. Leonore! Leonore?
Stanley?
Leonore, yes, it's Stanley.
Stanley, are you there?
I can hear you, love. I'm here.
You must have picked up. Christ, I hope you can hear me.
Fucking mobile's broken. She can't hear me.
I'm still in the plane. Or part of the plane. My leg gets trapped.
Oh, Christ.
I can't move. Stanley, I don't know where I am. But... I can't see you, but there's smoke. There's black smoke, and see?
Lena! Black smoke. She's still alive. Pull it together, Stanley. Do what needs to be done. Steam. This is good. Got to stay warm. The manifest. We should have landed hours ago. They'll have to know we're missing. Send out a search party. Please, God.
so many islands. Even I'm not sure which one we're on. Too dark. If I get lost in there, I'll never get out. What is this?
I was afraid of this. I knew from the moment I saw Stanley clutching that tiny body in his arms that the nightmares would come back. They're worse than ever. I can feel Stanley's heart breaking with every shuddering breath. I heard him say, "Don't go." Is he talking to me?
There's the black smoke. Need to find a way to that peak. Oh God. Shelter. Oh, thank God this torch still works.
Molly and I were at Rory's pub when in walked Stanley Whittaker. I picked up my pint and walked over to meet him in the middle of the room. When he saw me coming, his eyes lit up with this big, beautiful, goofy smile. I threw him a drink in his face. Then I grabbed him by his collar and I told him to keep his big trap shut about my father. Stanley blinked away the bear and said he was only looking out for me because Mr. Fancy Shoes was just too good looking and that I should have a plain fella so everyone would notice the beautiful woman. He said I was luminous. Then he said people would also know that I'm brave. God knows why, but I laughed and I asked him, "Oh, why am I brave?" "Oh, you'd have to be," he said, "to be seen with a bloke like me." Well, the entire pub burst into laughter. And then Rory threw him a towel and Stanley caught it without taking his eyes off me. They were the bluest things I'd ever seen. The bastard. I can't wait to see him again.
Hypothermia. Thanks for the warning. It's locked. Shit! As this icy stone closes in around me, I'm overwhelmed by a fear that the last 30 years together was only a dream. That I'm still trapped, still locked away in the dark. As I cross this godforsaken island to find you, every agonizing step reminds me that the dream is over. But the pain reminds me that I'm still alive. And as long as I live, there is hope. Leonore, I will find you. I will find you. Stunning. It's like a cathedral. Looks like a way out, but I can't climb this ice. Ah, you poor bastard. At least I won't stay trapped in this cave. Leonore.
Stanley, I can see the lockbox. It's empty. The crasher must have broke open. All the case files, all the information. My diary. You have to find him. You have to find everything. If anyone comes, Stanley. If anyone comes, they can't find out who we are.
Bollocks. All this time, I've been so careful. Oh, what now? My God. No. Earthquakes now. This fucking island is trying to kill me. Another page from her journal.
Mother's crying in the next room. She says it's because she's happy, but I don't believe her. My father is getting out of prison. My friends protest the unlawful imprisonments, but I wish they'd kept Michael O'Shea locked up forever. Life in prison isn't long enough for him. It would kill my mother if she ever read this. What if Michael ever read it? Would it kill him? Or would he kill me? Well, the violence didn't stop when he was on the inside. But at least when I read about something terrible in the paper, I knew my father wasn't the cause. But now, God help us all. Stanley took me to this lovely old tree on the cliffs overlooking the sea. It was just the perfect spot. Then I saw there were notches carved into the trunk. I pointed them out to him and asked him how many other girls had he brought here. Stanley laughed and said when he was just a lad, he and his dad would come to the same spot for picnics, and Paddy would notch the tree to show how much Stanley had grown. I turned as red as a beetroot and muttered some kind of apology. When we sat down to eat lunch, I saw another notch at the base of the tree. When I asked him what that one was for, he winked and said, Margaret Kane. The summers in Munich are beautiful. The palazzas are full of tourists, so Stanley and I blend right in. But even in the sea of anonymous faces, we have to be careful. Today, I was sitting in the park with my lunch when this young man with a big fancy camera came up to me. He was handsome and stylish, a real artsy type, and he asked if he could take some photos of me. Obviously, I had to say no. But then he said something that caught me off guard. He said that my eyes were the saddest he'd ever seen. Of course they are, I said. I'm Irish. I left everything on the bench and disappeared into the crowd. Mother begged me not to go, but I assured her it was a peaceful rally. Molly wouldn't go with me, she was afraid the army would show up. So I dragged Stanley with me. I thought for sure he'd want to be there, because his father was one of the speakers. Paddy Whitaker was an electrifying presence. People were cheering and clapping as he spoke about the end to the violence, a peaceful end to the troubles. He spoke with such conviction, I nearly wept. When I looked over at Stanley, he was wearing fucking headphones and messing with his cassette player. He said he'd heard it all before. I couldn't believe it. He has no idea how lucky he is.
First the shelter, now this lock. I've got to find a way. I don't believe it. Those numbers from the journal. This makes no sense. Freeze. Oh. Still alive. Got to get warm. Got to get warm. Oh, this valve. Maybe. That's good. Oh, thank God.
I don't know what's wrong with that man. Stanley came into Rory's pub tonight, sweaty and out of breath. His eye was swollen, his lip was bleeding, and he looked as proud as a peacock. He and one of his no-good mates went messing into East Belfast to stir up trouble. Stanley had the brilliant idea to spray the Story Plough over a Unionist mural, but they got caught by some locals and they got into a scrap. Rory thought that was a gas and bought Stanley a pint. I told Stanley he was an idiot. What if he'd been caught by the guard or the UVF? They'd have bloody killed him. But he was just too proud of himself to listen.
Is this another bunker? How many are there?
My face hurts from trying to smile all night. I can't blame Stanley. There's no way he could have known. He's not that cruel. He knew I was named after Beethoven's opera and just assumed that I'd be a fan. But it was my father who loved the opera. He'd blast those records into the night and stagger about with a half-empty bottle, waving it in time with the music. It was terrifying. But I loved Stanley. So I gripped his hand and smiled through the entire performance.
These pipes, they must all be connected.
Stanley, are you there? Oh, it's so cold. I can't stop shivering. My leg is going numb. At least it doesn't hurt anymore. I might have fallen asleep. Oh, I thought I heard voices. I don't remember what time it is. I think it'll be dark soon. But I don't think I'll make it through the night. Oh, Stanley, you've got to stay warm.
Oh, God. Hypothermia must be setting in.
Molly and I snuck out to a party tonight. It was in full swing by the time we got there, meaning all the boys were bollocksed. Well, not all. We weren't there long when this beautiful lad hands me a beer and said his name was Cullen. I was tall with bright green eyes and he wore neon coloured runners. I asked him if it was his party. He shook his head and said that knew it was my party. Then he turned and waved his hand around like he was the great fucking Gatsby. And the first thing we saw was Stanley Whittaker throwing up in the kitchen sink. I laughed and said he could have his party back. Oh, we blathered for a while and we were really getting on when Stanley Whittaker stumbled over and asked Colin if he ever wore those shoes outside. And before I could tell him to fuck off, Stanley asked Colin if he knew I was the daughter of Michael O'Shea. I felt my legs go numb. Colin couldn't get away from me fast enough.
Oh, shit! Hail! Hail's too strong. I can't get through. Kidding me. Everything's frozen. And I'm running out of time. This thing. Christ, I hope it's big enough to protect me. The door. It's working. Kiss my arse, fucking Iceland. black smoke. Nearly there. Oh no! Oh Christ, what now? Oh fuck! Help! Help me! No. No! I was right there. What do you want from me? Tell me what you want from me. Pull it together, Stanley. The sooner you find Leonore, the sooner you can get her off this fucking island. Just find her.
I will not be a prisoner's wife. I will not become like those other empty wives, like my mother. I will not be looked after or taken care of, isolated. There is no light without him. He is my heart, and I cannot live without my heart. I'll do whatever it takes to get him out. I will not be a prisoner's wife. I'm lost. Leonore, please call. Let me hear your voice. Of course. Missing the fucking handle. So many funerals today. I was with Stanley at his father's funeral. There was quite a crowd of people. I told Stanley his father would be proud of the turnout, but he said Paddy would just want to make a speech. The police were watching the crowd, but they didn't bother anyone. They were hidden, but I spotted them straight away. I had to help Stanley write the eulogy for Paddy, but when it came time to read it, he couldn't speak. He gripped the sides of the lectern so hard I feared it would splinter in his hands. Finally, Stanley said Paddy was the speechmaker, but he wasn't enough like his father to do him justice. He just folded up the speech and left in silence.
I'll take that. All dead. Everywhere.
I wonder why I keep these damn journals. There are so many things I wish I could forget. Today at the school site, my senses were filled with the buzzing of insects and the smell of the jungle. But then, all at once, I thought I was back in Belfast. The air rocked with a heavy thud of a bomb exploding. Stanley took off in a dead run towards the sound. A cow had set off an old landmine, and there was a man at the edge of the field shouting for everyone to stay back. But Stanley, he charged past him, splashing into the mud. I wanted to stop him. My voice froze in my throat when I saw Stanley lift the tiny body out of the grass. The boy's name was Udom. He had been walking with the cow. Udom's father collapsed as Stanley gently passed the boy to him. Udom's father kept apologising over and over for not protecting him from the evils brought to this village.
Finally, an open door. Oh, great. More freezing water. Got to be some way out. Locked. Why am I not surprised? fucking door. Ice now. Oh, fuck, it's cold down here. Stuck in the ice. Looks like it's been deserted for ages. What the hell was this place? Some Cold War bomb shelter? A key card. Let's see if it still works. I've got to get out of this place. I don't like the looks of this. Hello? Who's there? Can you help?
Please state your name.
We've been in a plane crash. My wife.
Please state your name.
Stanley. Stanley Florence. But you...
File not found.
Listen to me. I'm trying to find...
Please state your correct name.
Stanley. Whitaker. My name is...
File found.
For the son of Paddy Whitaker to do something like this. They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, but it's like you came from a different tree altogether.
What are you talking about? What are we doing here?
You know exactly why you're here.
I'm trying to find my wife.
I've done nothing wrong.
Usually I'd say that's a matter of perspective, but not in this case.
Tell me where she is.
I've only got one question for you, Stanley. Why did you bomb that pub?
What?
What's this about?
You're talking about Rory's pub? You think I
That
did
was
that?
30 years ago.
You're mad.
That wasn't me.
Rory was a mate. I would
You
never...
misunderstand the question. I wasn't asking whether or not you did it. Why did you bomb that pub?
Where is Leonore?
Wasn't that an IRA pub?
Bollocks. Rory wasn't political.
With all those dissident Republicans who drank there?
Everybody drank there. It was just a local.
What about your father? Did Paddy Whitaker drink at the local?
No.
Your father, the famous peace activist, wouldn't step foot inside it because it was Michael O'Shea's pub. And Michael is real IRA. But then you go and marry his daughter.
I don't want to hear this.
Jesus, I can't imagine the look on your father's face when you told him. Surprised it didn't kill him on the spot.
No. It was the police that killed him.
Then why didn't you bomb a police pub? Help me understand.
There's nothing to understand. I didn't fucking do it, right? You've got the wrong fella.
Glad you chose that pub. Probably saved us a mess of trouble.
Please.
Bunch of tossers and tow rags, all of them.
Just let me go.
All of them criminals, except her.
Please.
Fiona Miller was just a little girl. You're gonna pay for that. Go to hell. Look around. We're already there. I can't believe that you're the one shagging Michael O'Shea's daughter. Leave her out of this. What's she like, eh? I'll bet she's a wild one.
What the fuck is this all about?
I just might have to go pay her a visit while you're stuck in here. She's got nothing to do with any of it. Maybe me and some of the lads. If you ever lay a fucking finger on her... You'll what? What'll you do? Blow me up too? You want to protect your little whore? You sign that statement.
When this letter will reach you, if it will reach you at all, I can only pray that it will. Our world is clouded by the fog of war, but in the time I spent with you, things finally became clear. For the first time, I thought I could imagine a future, a life with you. But that's all over now. Sometime very soon, I'm going to be transferred to the maze, and I know I'll never leave that prison alive. I don't know where I'll go when it's over, but I'm not afraid, because I've seen hell. This is it. And it's cold, and it's dark, and I've no way to reach you. Leonore, you are my light, but we have no future together, and I'll not have you wait for me. Forget about me. I'm already dead.
It's time to wake up. You have to move on.
The dream is over.
What the hell just happened? Just a nightmare, right? It's all over now. It's over. Huh? It's not as cold in this part of the island. Maybe I can finally get my head on straight.
I can hardly feel the pen in my fingers. My whole body is numb. I can hardly see the words on the page. I can't stop crying. They've taken away my heart. Stanley has been arrested for the bombing of Rory's pub. Someone must have set him up. I asked my father if he knew who would do this to Stanley. He just said that I should move on. Stanley won't live long inside prison. I nearly spit in his eye. I swear by all that's holy, if I find out that he had anything to do with Stanley being arrested, I'll burn him alive.
What is that? Insects. Take that, you little fuckers. That tree. It's monstrous.
Everything is in place, but the air feels hollow and empty in my chest. Oh, I can hear my heart pounding in my ears. In just a few hours, life as I know it will be over. But that's only if I'm very lucky. Otherwise, my life will just be over. Today I'm rescuing Stanley.
Oh, come on. Why is this locked?
We hadn't been to the ocean since spring, and it was a shock to see our tray so barren and frail. As we walked, Stanley wrapped his coat around my shoulders. It was still warm from his body, and I pulled the collar up to my nose to see if it still smelled like him. It didn't. It just smelled of dust and mothballs. Stanley said his father would bring him here and say, "This is why we struggle." He thinks that now he finally understands what his father meant. But I wonder. I laid the jacket on the ground and pulled us both onto it. I just wanted to make him forget the rest of the day. I wanted to forget the rest of the world except for him. The grass was itchy and dry and the sky was as white as butcher paper. Neither of us bothered to speak another word. The cold wind would have just carried our words away.
That water looks disgusting. At least that water isn't freezing. It's just foul. That cleared him away. Could be a shortcut to the top of the mountain. The air is heavy with the stink of rot and the buzzing of those damned insects. I don't hear it so much as feel it. I'm afraid it might drive me mad. If I'm not mad already.
There were so many people in the market, I couldn't hear myself think. I needed to get out of there. But when I asked Stanley to choose something for supper, he just replied with his usual, "Whatever you want." I wanted him to make a decision for once, so I could stop thinking about absolutely everything all the time. The bags were so heavy and my hands were cramping, and someone close by smelled like goat. It may have even been me. So I dropped everything and let the bags spill all over the street. I didn't care. I'm sick of the crowds and the stink of curry, and I'm sick of the hate. I want to walk through green grass. I want to feel cool air on my skin. Under a sky the colour of butcher paper. Molly works at the prison. She was worried about taking the job, but my father insisted it was good to have one of her own on the inside. He just wanted to use her. But it turns out I'm the one putting her at risk. She got the powder inside, and there's a lad from the neighbourhood who will slip it into Stanley's breakfast. If he eats enough, the pain in his guts will be so bad they'll transfer him to the hospital. But if he eats too much, it could kill him.
What a jumbled mess. Those bugs are gone. All right. Now the path is clear.
I'm trying to stay awake. Keep my mind on... Before the plane crashed, you didn't finish your story about the time you stole the box of sweets. But I think I know exactly how it ended. Your dad, he knew what you'd done. He just didn't know why. Still, he never asked you about it. Never accused you of anything. So you never told him the truth. But it was always there, wasn't it? An abandoned space between you. Like an unfinished story.
She sounds so weak. Hang on, Leonore.
I couldn't go to my father for help. He's all for letting Stanley take the fall. But the mad bastard with me today didn't know that, so he did everything I told him, including stealing an ambulance. Molly called us about Stanley's medical transfer, which gave us a head start on the real ambulance. I looked ridiculous in the uniform, but our documents were perfect, so I kept my head up and let Stanley inspire my confidence. Even so, I nearly fainted when the guards wheeled him out on the gurney. He looked dead already. The guards loaded him on board, and I drove us away. 5 minutes out, and the mad bastard dosed both the guards with anaesthesia. And just like that, Stanley was free.
Oh, shit! That water smells. No wonder there's so many bugs. Oh, Christ. I don't even want to think what's growing in there. Oh, that's rotten. Oh, Christ.
Rory hosted a wake at his pub for the victims of Wren's Day. I think he was just trying to show off. He got arrested last year for dealing, and the police broke his hand, so suddenly he's all political. Stanley and I sat in the car for a long time, watching the front door swallow all the black suits until the pub looked like it was filled with ink. Stanley opened the car door, but I grabbed his arm and asked him to take me to our tree. I felt a crippling anxiety that if I went into that black pub, I'd never see the sky again. Stanley didn't say a word. He just started the car and we drove away.
Let's see if that helps with the smell. Nope. That's it? Is that all you got? Oh, you bastard. Need to figure something out. The bugs are still there. A scarf. This makes no sense. Oh, Jesus! Almost there, Leonore. Almost there, love.
Mother Mary, Paddy has been killed. The British papers named it the Boxing Day Raid, but it wasn't a raid.
Around here they're calling it the Wednesday Massacre. 7 people shot down on the day after Christmas. I don't know what they're meeting about, and I don't want to know. They were all violent men except for Stanley's father. What was Paddy Whitaker doing there? How did he hear about the meeting? Was he trying to talk them out of whatever they were planning? I need to find Stanley. He must be going through hell.
Oh, shit! Jesus. I can do this again. One step at a time. Leonore. Where? No. She's not here. Please tell me what you want. I've done everything I could. Everything. Haven't I done enough? Haven't I done enough? Oh, please. Where?
Do you know who I am, boy?
Aye. You're Leonore's father. Michael O'Shea.
You know my name, but do you know who I am?
Yeah. I know exactly who you are.
I was afraid of this.
I was there at the Wednesday Massacre when your father died. I didn't agree with him, man. I thought he was naive. He called me a terrorist and a criminal, but he said it to my face. I respected him. That's why I agreed to meet with him that day.
You agreed? You think my father told the police? Is that it?
I know exactly who it was. That's why I'm here. Rory Cochrane is a police informant.
Rory?
They turned him after his arrest, dealing drugs at his own pub.
No! He's a mate! There's no way! What do you want from me?
Leonore, I need to know she's gonna be with a man who can take care of his obligations, take care of his family.
I would. I will.
I'm gonna give you a chance to prove it. So you tell me, are you gonna do what needs to be done?
God help us all.
You can't be. How can it? Oh, Christ. This is Rory's birthday.
Please, mister, can you find my dad? Tell him I want to go home.
If you're looking for the little girl's dad, he's over there throwing darts.
Okay. I'll be right over. And tell her not to forget her scarf.
Not to forget my red scarf. I know. He always says that. I just hope he hurries.
This isn't right. Oh my God. No, not again. Christ.
Life is but a dream.
Oh my God, I'm burning up. I'm burning. No. I'm okay. I'm still alive. Thank God. Oh, Christ. Okay. I'm okay. The steam. It's putting out the fire. First I was freezing. Now I'm burning up. I don't know which one is worse. There she is. Oh shit! Leonore! I'm coming! Just hold on. It's almost over. Ah! Oh fuck! What the fuck? Jesus Christ!
Oh, Stanley, thank God! You're alive! I saw you standing on the hill. Hurry, Stanley. The fire is coming, and the smoke is getting...
Still alive. Still alive. Made it. Come on, Stanley. No! You son of a bitch! The fire roars around me. It wants to crack me open, to burn its way inside to the deep center of my core, where I still feel frozen and cold. Oh, shit! I've got to clear the path.
Until now, I never knew how much my father hated Stanley. And the man has always had his secrets, but he's never just lied to me. He tried to tell me about why Stanley was really arrested and the truth about Rory Cochrane. But I can't believe what he said about Stanley. I can't. All those people. Stanley would never. Belfast is so cold, the air feels brittle in my lungs. No matter what I do, I just can't seem to get warm. The other night at Rory's pub, I asked Stanley if he'd take me someplace warm, like another country. He said that if he did, we'd never come back. But the thought of it sounded so grand. We spent the rest of the night talking about travelling to exotic lands, how we'd made people we couldn't understand, and we'd ate spicy food until our faces flushed and the sweat ran down our backs. I don't think he knew how serious I was. We should leave this broken island while we still have a chance.
Hope that clears the path.
Listen to me. I have to leave you.
Wait! No, you can't!
Those vents there.
Please.
If I just let the steam out, they'll keep the fire away from you. But I can't do it from here.
Don't leave! Not yet!
You'll be fine. I promise. I promise.
Please. Stay with me. Don't leave.
Jesus Christ! I'm back to where I started. Burning outside. I'm freezing in here. It's so cold. Oh, at least it's warm in here.
Containment door open.
There's one.
Containment door locked.
Oh, shit.
Stanley, it's working. I know you can hear me. It's working. Come back to me, Stanley. Don't leave. Don't leave me. Please come back to me.
The valve. Almost finished.
Stanley.
Leonore. Even through these heavy stone walls, I still hear your voice. Even as this cold slips like a knife into my bones, I still feel you with me. And yet, here at the end, I hardly know where to begin. The words are difficult to say, but I think it's finally time I finish my unfinished story. Through all our years together, you must have known what I've done, but you never asked me about it, never accused me of anything, so I've never spoken the truth. After my father died, I wanted to lash out, and when Michael gave me a chance for revenge, I took it. But when I placed that bomb in the pub, I didn't avenge my father. I betrayed him. And it's haunted my nightmares ever since. I feel the heat of the blast, hear the screams of the wounded. I can taste the dust and smell the blood. But all I can see is her little scarf like a crimson river flowing out of the rubble. Every night they return, nightmares of her. I see her entering the pub, reaching up to hold her father's hand. I call out to her, "Don't go in," but she never hears. She always goes through that door. I didn't deserve the life you gave me, And you don't deserve the life I've given you. You rescued me from prison, but you've been paying for my sins ever since. You sacrificed everything to run with me. It's time you left my nightmares behind. Without me, you can be free. Without me, you can go home. Leonore, you are my light. Goodbye.
Go ahead, Rescue 1.
We have one survivor. Patient is female. She's slightly hypotensive at 90/60. Respiratory rate is 14 and O2 stats are good in the 90s. We've immobilized her leg and started warming measures. She's pretty blue, but she's still with us.